the top, baby, don't stop. You can have it. You can have it all. Let's go to the top, baby, don't stop. Love, joy, peace. Good life and family. Will and success. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to the Tankard Show. Oh my goodness. Listen, today's guest is dear to my heart. It's my oldest daughter, Brooklyn Tankard. And I tell you what, this woman, I have seen Brooklyn grow and evolve. She is definitely a mommy mogul. She has definitely got her grind up, okay? But we're gonna talk to you about single parenting. And being a single parent, you can have it all too, honey. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Congratulations to the Impact Network and its founders, Apostle Wayne T. and Dr. Beverly Y. Jackson, for now becoming the only African-American founded and operated international Christian TV network, bringing the gospel to Africa, including over 40 countries and 900 million viewers. We salute you.
Welcome back to the Tankard Show right here on the Impact Network. Today's millionaire tip. You can turn your mistakes into opportunities. If you make a mistake, you just own that you make a mistake, and then you look for the golden opportunity. The best companies and individuals in the world have turned disasters into sales. So what do I mean by that? You know, I think about really actually my own parents. My parents started off in retail years ago in Detroit when retail was hot. That's back when people were actually going to the store to buy music. Well, I watched my parents evolve during that process, and they went from a retail location to distribution. And then that worked for a while. And then after a while, when distribution began to fade out, I literally watched my father teach himself how to build homes and construction. I mean, listen, he just kind of fumbled up on that. He didn't go to school for it. So listen, a lot of things that you have not gone to school for, if you just stay open, you'd be surprised with the creativity that's on the inside of you. Sometimes you got to do it scared. Sometimes you don't know what the heck you're doing, but you could be literally sitting on millions of dollars. You could be sitting on the next software. You could be sitting on the next masterpiece. So don't worry about making a mistake. Do it scared and keep doing it, because eventually your idea may end up blessing an entire world. So go after those mistakes and don't look at them as, you know, oh, wow, that was a bad thing. Because again, it's all about how you look at it. You know, you've heard the saying before, turn lemon into lemonade. That's exactly what you do in your real life. All right. So that's today's today's millionaire tip. All right. On today's financial watch, in the news today, why do you need a will? If you're one of the 70% of Americans without a will, well, this financial news is going to help you. Now, let me tell you this. Did you know that almost 2/3 of Americans do not have a will in place? And you might be asking, well, do I even need a will? The will's not just for the wealthy. The will's for anybody that has assets. These are the 3 questions you need to ask yourself. Number 1, do you care who gets your property if you die? Number 2, do you care who gets your money if you die? And number 3, do you care who is appointed to be the guardian of your children if you die? And if you say yes to any of those things, then you need to have a will in place. And you can actually use software programs like Will Maker or Nolo Press. And again, it's not about how much money you have. It's if you have anything at all, bank accounts, savings accounts, checking accounts, if you own a car, if you do not have a will in place, many times those items will go to probate court. So make sure you get a will in place. You don't need an attorney to do that. Protect your assets, protect your children, so they have to be fighting over time out. This is my dresser. Grandmama left me this dresser. No, she did. Listen, get a will in place and you can eliminate all the family drama. All right, so that's for today on today's Financial Watch.
Congratulations to the Impact Network and its founders, Apostle Wayne T. and Dr. Beverly Y. Jackson, for now becoming the only African-American founded and operated international Christian TV network, bringing the gospel to Africa, including over 40 countries and 900 million viewers. We salute you.
Impact is
Social.
Impact is fearless, unafraid to speak the truth in love, committed to be a voice for those who have no voice and ready to listen. Prepared to stand up for what is right, no matter the consequence, working to correct injustice, whether political or social. The Impact Network, for the spirit, soul, and body. Impact is yours.
Impact is
Social.
Impact is liberating, presenting life in its fullest and releasing your greatest potential, uncovering your purpose and your destiny, bringing spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, and financial empowerment so you're free to live your calling. The Impact Network.
Hey, welcome back to the Jewel Tankard Show. Yeah. Woo. I am excited. I got one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, my oldest daughter, Brooklyn Tankard. Mommypreneur, grind up. The girl is getting it in as a single parent. Come on, let's welcome Brooklyn. Woo. Walk. I love it.
Silly.
Oh my gosh, you look so
Oh my goodness.
gorgeous.
Thank you, Mama. You look beautiful.
Oh my gosh, is that the necklace I just got you?
This is the necklace you got me, Aldo.
Yes.
Any mall near you. Yes.
Oh, it's so cute.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
It's fine.
So, baby, I'm so glad you're a mommy show.
I'm glad, like, finally.
I know,
I
right?
feel like I've been on a journey. Like, I just want to.
I know, right?
I'm here.
We did it.
Yes.
So, I got to tell you, I'm so proud of you. You
I'm
know,
proud
I've
of
watched
you. Jewel Tankard. Clap it up for Jewel Tankard. The Jewel Tankard Show.
I'm so proud of you because I've had the opportunity to see you grow, develop, evolve, which we both have individually and then also as mother and daughter. You know, having a blended family. And so I think it's amazing. And I love what's happening right now with you growing into this whole motherhood thing, because motherhood is like seasons, you know what I mean? You're in one season as a mom, and then you grow to another season as a mom, and then you find out, oh, they don't need that from me anymore. They need this. And so I know, you know, most people know your story. You were a teen mom. How old were you when you had Diamond Baby?
I was pregnant at 14. I had her at 15.
So you're pregnant at 14. You know that's Auntie Janetta's like almost parallel story. She
Oh,
had
yeah,
Taja like 15 years old. And so, and of course, now she's doing amazing things. Take us back to that moment, being a teen mom, like as a teenager, all this, you know, you're pregnant, what's going through your head? Because I know there are people watching that, you know, maybe teens who are pregnant right now.
Well, it was a lot going through my head, Ma.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot going through my head. Like, when I first found out I was pregnant, I was shocked. I was not expecting that 1 + 1 = 2. I just was like, for real though? Like, and it took a while to dawn in. You know, I was 4 months pregnant when we found out. But I was already, you know, a dreamer, already ambitious. And I'm like, I'm not about to let this kill my dream, you know? And at first it was kind of hard because I didn't know what to do. You know, I had, in this ear, it was like, stay at a girl's home and give your daughter up for adoption. And over here it's like, no, you shouldn't do that. And so I had to make a choice. And I could have gave my daughter up for adoption. I could have went and stayed at a girl's home. But I made a choice to stand up and take care of my daughter. That was my choice. So I said, if I'm going to take care of her, then I want to give her everything I've never had, everything I could possibly want, everything she could possibly want in life. And I want to leave a legacy for her and her children. So I just had to make up my mind that I was going to pull up my bootstraps and be a mom.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I haven't done everything perfect, but my goal has been definitely to give her the life that she deserves, give her the love that she deserves, and give her the relationship that a mother should have with their daughter.
Yeah.
And there's that intimacy there.
Yeah.
And so, honey, I was like, look, I'm about to get it in, honey.
Yeah.
I was working, I will never forget, I was 15 years old and I was working 3 jobs in the same mall. I would go from one job to another job to another job. And I was like, you know, man, I'm gonna have time for school, honey. I used to pick up my work and drop it off the next day. And I'm like, look, honey, I got a kid. I got things to do. I got to work. All these little kids here, they mama Ned take care of them. I got a child to take care of.
Right.
You know, so, but it makes something rise up in you.
Right,
you know,
right.
when you have to produce,
Yeah.
you just have
You
to
do it.
produce.
So now, when Diamond was first born, I think her father was very much involved in her life, wasn't
Oh
he?
yeah, when we were together, he was game. He was like, I'll put the baby to sleep,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, so we can
Yeah.
do what we do,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was with it. He was
Yeah.
with it, you
Yeah.
know. But when there was no payoff and we broke up,
Right, yeah.
things kind of changed a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
So,
A
and
lot.
I think that's common a lot of times in men. I think that men need someone in their ear to say, listen, even though you're not with the child, they still need that emotional engagement, that physical engagement.
Definitely.
And then certainly the financial engagement
Certainly.
too. And so I would gather to say, not necessarily to his defense, but do you think there was anybody in his ear like, hey, you need to still be engaged?
You know,
A mentor.
I was in his ear. I was like, honey, it takes 2 to tango.
Right.
But I think part of it is just immaturity and not
Right.
knowing. And so I don't have a lot of bitterness towards my baby. I don't have that baby daddy drama,
Right,
the bitterness. You know, we don't really communicate like that.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
to this day, you know, I wish he was a lot more involved.
Right.
In every way.
Right.
I wish I could get something financially. A sister could get $5, you know what I'm saying?
Get $5 off, right.
Something, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But God is my provider.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like, and He's been providing. So
Yes,
I can't
hallelujah.
complain. You know, and He
Absolutely,
fills in the
absolutely.
gaps as a
Yeah.
father. And then I'm glad to have Dad. He's crazy about her.
Yeah.
Sometimes to my fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and she has a family that loves her. I mean,
Yeah.
she's spoiled, right?
Yeah,
and she gets the
absolutely.
love.
Oh no, she gets
the love.
major love, and then,
Yeah.
and even to his father's credit, I think his his father, which is her
Yes.
grandfather, has been
Now, and
an
I think that's
amazing
for
rock.
me. What's helped me is to
Yeah.
know that her grandfather on her dad's side is
Yeah.
so involved. He's
Yeah.
been everything to that child and
Yeah.
some more. She loved her granddaddy.
Yeah.
I'd be like, who you love more? Who you love more? I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but no, she loves her granddaddy.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful. I know God has His way.
Yeah,
Of,
exactly.
you know, and I don't think she's gonna miss a beat.
Yeah.
I don't think
So
she's
do
gonna
you
miss a
feel
beat.
like over these last several years, and I'm sure the answer is going to be yes to this, because I know I can say I feel this way, that you're growing as a mom?
I'm growing every day in every
know
area
what
of
I
my
mean?
life. Like there's
Yeah.
no, I have arrived.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, every day I'm trying to learn more about my daughter and get
Yeah.
more into her head and find out what she's thinking about.
Right.
You know, because at the end of the day, kids are kids and they're like, I don't want to talk to my mom about that, you know.
Right.
And so it doesn't hurt that I'm a young mother. You know, I
Right.
think sometimes people look at it as a bad thing, but sometimes it can be a good thing to be a young mother.
Yeah.
Because they like, my mom cool, she the cool
She
mom.
cool. She the
you
cool
know what I'm
mom.
saying? She the cool mom.
We're gonna come right back because I want to
Okay.
talk about not balancing, because you're a serious businesswoman, and I know that can be a little challenging. So we'll be right back after this.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move? In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of the crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Impact is taking.
Social.
Impact is liberating, presenting life in its fullest and releasing your greatest potential, uncovering your purpose and your destiny, bringing spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, and financial empowerment so you're free to live your calling.
Hey, welcome back to the Jewel Tankard. I'm sitting here with one of my favorite people, our oldest daughter, Brooklyn Tankard. So, Brooklyn, we were talking a few minutes ago about, you know, the whole growing into mommyhood, being a young mom, what that was like.
So let me ask you, because I know that business is a big part of you. I think we are definitely probably most alike in that grind and in that hustle.
Yes.
And I know it's been times and seasons where you all have had to say, Ma, I need you to fall back. Because
take a nap.
You just, take a nap. Because you just, project to project. And on one end, that's good, but then it's like, I got to still balance it. Where do you think, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're balanced right now? You feel like you're out of balance? Like, what is that, how is that juggle? Because I know it's got to be challenging, right?
You know what? No.
Oh, you don't feel like it's challenging? Let me listen to you, because I know I feel challenged.
Not that I don't feel like, oh man, I have to really make some serious decisions, but I feel like I'm at a whole place where it's just like God is really speaking to me on my every step and guiding me in my every step. Like, I get opportunities all the time, and sometimes I have to turn them down. I'm like, you know what? They just ain't for me.
Right.
And is that challenging sometimes? Yeah, right. That part. It's like, dang, it could be a big check on the other side of that. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, okay, no, I can't go for no couldas. I can't, right now, anything I do is rock solid. I need to know that it's producing for me, it's right for me, it's right for my brand, it's right for my daughter, and with Diamond, she's excited. And that's what I love. She's excited for her mommy. She in there with her mommy. Yeah. She's the world's best cheerleader. Yeah. So we come into the cheerleading practices. We ain't missing the cheerleading practices. We still right there front and center. Yeah. And I'm wide awake in her world. You know. Sometimes we get so caught up in our business and our big business entrepreneurial mindset that we can just forget about the basics, the foundation, the family. But for me, that's the very reason why I'm doing it. So I can't forget about that. That's like not an option. Right. And I refuse, honestly. I'm bona fide refuse, because I know as much as I love my dad, our relationship hasn't always been tight. Right. He ain't always been all up in my business, you know. And I want my daughter to have more than enough attention. I don't want her to look for it anywhere but with me. And that's just real, because I will go back to jail. Right. No. And happily pay my bond. No. Happily. So, but the Lord has brought me a long way. I'm not going back to jail. Hallelujah. Yes. But seriously though, like I feel that passionate about my daughter. Anybody feel crazy about their kids? Yeah. Like, okay, I be feeling crazy about my daughter. And so whenever I'm working or if I'm traveling, she's on my mind, and she knows it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she know, okay. Right.
So do you feel like and I think that's good, because honestly, there are days where I do feel overwhelmed, stretched, like, okay, because I got to make sure that I'm still, because even though you guys are grown, you still need mom. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you've been blessed. You have a biological mom that loves you and you have a great relationship with, but there's still an emotional engagement that has to happen, and time spent that has to happen.
Oh, absolutely. So
that's not an option. I think those things are important. And so I know that's just been an area for me that it's in every season, depending on what's going on, I'm making sure, okay, have I spent time? I'll text y'all all the time, and let's do family dinner here. Let's do the movies here, just because I think that the whole realm of business, especially when you've been called to it, where I think there's some people that do it, and I think there's some people that have been called. Yes. And when you're called to it, it can be very intoxicating, because it's one thing after the other. I remember Donald Trump and Ivana Trump said something that they didn't always have a lot of quantity with their children, but they did an interview with them and their children. I thought it was really interesting. She said, Ivanka, the daughter, said, I really understand now. Mom and dad gave us quality. They weren't at every basketball game. They weren't at every volleyball game. Not that there's anything wrong with being at every one, but again, speaking to the overachiever, Dr. Heavley and I were talking about that earlier. Like, there are times when it's like, oh, wait a minute, I got this practice over here, but I got to spend that time. So I commend you for
And you know what? It's not to say that I won't ever miss one. You know what I mean? But I enjoy snugging with my boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be on the road, like, man, I can't wait to get back to my boo. We gonna snuggle. I brought her some little souvenirs off the road. I usually come back with like a little gift or something, a trinket, because I want her to know that I'm always thinking about her. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so when we get together, our quality time is amazing. Yeah. So when you ask, is it challenging? It's hard for me to say, yeah, it's challenging. Yeah, it's a mental process that you have to go through, but it's not hard for me because I'm going to choose my daughter.
To doing it. Yeah.
So it's like, shoot, chill, honey.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm booked. Can't come through.
Yeah.
I'm booked with Diamond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the highest paycheck, boo.
Yeah.
That's the highest paycheck.
That's good.
And I think because when you are anointed for business, after a certain point in time, God can give you a flow.
Right.
You know, you can be out of whack. But
Right.
God will catch you and say, well, no, wait a minute, you out of whack, you need to get back in balance.
Exactly.
And you got to check yourself.
Right.
Like,
tell me what's going on right now, because I know you got a lot going on with Queen Brooklyn. I know you just did a phenomenal show at Bronner Brothers. I mean, the president came back and said, listen, we got to have you back.
Yeah.
So just give me, because we got to get ready to go to the next part, but tell me what's going on with Queen Brooklyn right now.
oh man, right now, Queen Brooklyn's virgin hair is busting out the seams. Busting out the seams. You know, and one thing with my hairline, I'm always looking to expand. So we got a new mink eyelash line. We also have a new business program to help people start their own hair businesses. So yes, and I'm loving it because we're empowering.
You're empowering women.
We're not just giving them hair.
Yeah.
We're giving you the whole business
An
plan,
opportunity.
the whole layout,
where they can make
the
money.
tools, the resources, and that's fun. And I took that to the big hair show I just did in Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
Produced an amazing beauty show, which is going on the road on tour. So I'm really excited about that.
That is so good. I'm so proud of you for that. So listen, we have a viewer, someone that dialed in, and this is the question. This is a game that we do called What Would You Do? All right, so Alexis is a 22-year-old college student who just got a new job. She's accustomed to wearing high-quality weaves that are installed by professional stylists. The only problem is her new job in Minnesota. Okay, so her new job is in Minnesota, and she doesn't know anyone. She desperately needs to get her hair done and hasn't found a stylist yet. If you were Alexis, would you A, purchase the high quality Remy you are accustomed to from Queen Brooklyn and take a risk with the local stylist? B, purchase cheap synthetic hair, watch a YouTube video and do your own hair? Or C, fly back home to get your hair done by your old stylist? Remember, she's a college graduate and she just got a new job in Minnesota.
Well, I got a remix because first of all, I'm gonna buy Queen Brooklyn virgin hair.
Okay.
And then second of all, I would fly my stylist to me.
Okay.
And we would be having a conversation about when is she moving to where I'm at. That's what we would
Okay,
do.
now, but what if she really can't afford that, though? She's just a college, she just graduated from college.
She better work it out on her face. She better get on them knees and pray that stylist in, honey. What are you saying? I'm sorry, me personally, I'm picky about my hair.
Okay.
I only have 2 stylists that really do my hair on a regular basis.
Right.
One, she just literally moved from the Virgin Islands, Deetra,
Right.
so she could do my hair. So I'm not just saying that.
Right.
I'm dead serious. I've been working on her for a year and a half.
So would you have done that, though? Would you have done, I mean, because you're a grown woman, would you have done that fresh out of college?
I'm sorry?
Would you have done that fresh out of college?
Would I have done what?
Flew your stylist in.
Well, see, this is the thing, though. Like, I would have had the faith and like, okay, God, you're gonna work it out.
Gotcha.
So where she needs to move here because she has an opportunity here. Like with my girl Deetra,
Okay.
I wanted her 2 years ago to come, but she's
Okay.
like, no, I'm doing things right now in the Virgin Islands. I have a salon. I have things going on right now, and I can't come to you. But I love you, Brooklyn, Queen Brooklyn, Team Queen Brooklyn. But then finally, she was like, you know what? I got a boo in Nashville. And I was like, see, God, look at God, look at God, yes. And she said, I'm catching a flight. I'll be there by the 12th. So it wasn't a thing where I had to blow a crazy amount of money to move her here, put her in her place. God really worked that thing out where she had relationships here now in Nashville. You know,
for the 22-year-old, you would tell her
to do what I just
to
did.
release her faith.
To release her faith.
But why because she can't wait 2 years to get her hair done, though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so this is what I would do.
Because that would be a hot mess.
If we didn't have the time,
Okay.
even though God can work at God's speed, I would get the Queen Brooklyn Virgin hair, and then I would do a YouTube video on how to sew in the Queen Brooklyn Virgin hair for myself.
Okay.
And
while she's waiting for her dream stylist to come to her.
Because technically at 22 I was doing my own sewing, so
Okay.
that would be me.
Okay,
That would
okay.
Be, and what's her name again?
Alexis.
Yeah, Alexis would have to be taking some YouTube classes.
Okay, so she needs to get a YouTube video. She needs to get on Queen
Brooklyn Virgin hair. We ain't doing no synthetic. That's out the question.
That's out the question.
You might as well go natural.
Because it's gonna be jacked up. And how long? I mean, how long do they have?
If you got that synthetic hair, it look jacked up to me when it come out the box.
So you think, okay, so she needs to get, so what does she need to go on? What's the website, baby?
QueenBrooklynVirginHair.com.
Hey, come on here. So she needs to get on QueenBrooklynVirginHair.com.
And she gonna get a good deal.
She gonna get a good deal.
It's luxury at an affordable rate.
Come on now.
Okay, we ain't gonna bust your head.
And how long is the hair gonna last her?
Well, I don't want to tell you that I got some clients that wore it for 2 years because I want you to keep coming back. So
Oh wow, 2 years.
So we just gonna say you can keep wearing it as long as you maintain it and keep
Okay.
it going up to a year.
Up to a year.
That's what I promote.
Okay, so now let me ask you this, because you mentioned about the mink
Yes.
lashes.
Yes.
Can she get the mink lashes on QueenBrooklynVirginHair.com too?
Absolutely.
Oh, so she can get her lashes?
And she want 3D mink, she can get that.
Oh, you got 3D
Oh, we
mink?
got 3D.
Okay, so I love your lashes. What are those, baby?
These are my lashes, the
I know,
blinkers.
but are they 3D?
These
Are
aren't
they 3D?
these aren't the 3D because guess what? The 3D is not even on the website yet. But by the time she get on the website,
It'll be on the website. So what's the difference between mink lashes and 3D lashes and regular lashes?
Okay, so you have synthetic lashes, and you know sometimes those get kind of froopy and they fall all over the place.
Okay.
Human hair, and you can wear those maybe 1 or 2 days sometimes.
Okay.
Human hair lashes, you can keep those, you know, maybe a week or two. You
Okay.
take care of them. They don't get all frumpy and they last a lot longer.
Okay.
Mink lashes, you can do over 30 days. And keep wearing them over and over and over and again. And they're the real deal, mink fur. So that's really what you want. They run a little more, $35,
gorgeous.
but they're worth it, yeah. And they give that the most natural
They give you the most
and
natural.
glamorous appearance at the same
And do you
time.
have discount prices for the mink lashes?
I actually have a wholesale package where you get any of my products, my clip-ins, my lashes, my bundles at wholesale.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So if they become an affiliate.
You can become an affiliate. We got the Beauty Business in a Box program. boo.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, check this out though. You get your website, you get your samples, you get your business cards, you get your social media templates, you get your webinars online. But we ain't playing, we getting money.
Y'all hear that? Come on now, I love it.
So
Yes.
Brooklyn, let me tell you, Mommy, and I can speak for Daddy too, we're so proud of you. I think you're doing an amazing job. I love how you're expanding the brand. You didn't just start the brand, because it's one thing to start a brand, but it's another thing to expand a brand, and you've done it, and I think you're a phenomenal mommy to Diamond. And so I love you, baby. Good job, good job. Come on, let's give it up for Queen Brooklyn.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for our game, Reality Watch. Let's talk new reality show, Boss Nails. On Oxygen, it's a no-nonsense 26-year-old boss lady, Dana Cody, who is determined to continue the legacy that her mother left behind, Trippy. It's called Trippy Toenail Salon. But her employees are extremely good at what they do, okay? But they don't have the best communication skills, and they are still finding a way to respect Dana as an owner instead of seeing her as a coworker, because they used to work with her, you know, when her mother was alive, and so that was like their friend and everything. Now, it's like she owns the salon because her mom left it to her when she died. So, you know, my suggestion would be to Dana, first of all, good job in trying to continue the family legacy. But I have learned in business that there are sometimes you cannot take people that do not understand that you are no longer where you used to be. You have now been promoted, you have now upgraded, and sometimes you got to get some upgraded relationships and some upgraded friends because they cannot handle where you are today. And you cannot dumb down, because I saw the show and they be cussing all in the salon. That is not a professional environment. And so Brooklyn has gone through that where she's had to pray for new friends. So don't feel bad that every time it seems like God promotes you, that it seems like you got to get a new circle. I do believe, though, that God will send people around you that will love you, that will be loyal. Everybody is not going to be jealous of you. So don't allow these few people to make you feel like everybody is jealous of you, because I see that sometimes in highly successful people. Everybody's not jealous of you, but you do need to clean house, I think, and get some people that can respect you and respect your establishment and respect your legacy, girl. All right, until next time, remember, you can have it all on the Jill Tankard Show. See